Hey, greetings, everybody. Hope all is well today. Hi, happy Sunday to you. Well, this is not going to be a formal video, but I do want to say something to you and keep you encouraged for the upcoming week. I want to let you know that your assignment, you were meant for this. And I'm going to candidly talk here about how I think that not enough of you are living your own purpose and living your visions and your dreams or whatever you want to live. And I want to come here and encourage you because I know that a lot of you maybe feel like you can't do this, and you don't have the skill set, or you don't have the financial backing, or you're not financially ready. You may not feel like you're credit ready, or some of you may feel like you have the money to start a business, but that's nothing that it was in your circle of your expectation, or you didn't see it much. You only patronize other businesses, and you don't feel like you can have one, or whatever it is for its business you want to do, whether it's real estate, whether it's purchase out of the stock market, whatever it is. I want you to know that you were meant for this. Whatever God has put inside of you, whatever your higher calling, or whatever, whoever you worship or serve, or you listen to as a spiritual guide. I'm not trying to tell you who to believe in and this kind of thing. I'm coming here talking to you from that inner, because we all have this inner voice, and we all have this inner connection with the being that we are. And I connect with mine through God. Okay. And also, for those that have any different area, well, then, you pick and choose of who you serve. Okay. So I'm not here to identify what you do and how you do it. Okay. I just know that there's only one true and living God in my life. Okay. And for those believers that are the same as me, okay, we can be on one accord, and we can all agree to disagree, but I'm not here to impress or to push on you anything I believe in. But I do believe, and I know all of us believe in the same thing, that we know that there's something, someone, or a spiritual force out there that's bigger than us. So let's get into you were meant for this. Okay. And now, whatever your goal is in life, or your vision and your dream is, once you determine to make it happen, meaning you got to get out of your own way, you got to get focused, you got to do the things to prepare you to get there. And doing that, let's just talk about business, because those are some of the things that I do continue to talk about on a day-to-day basis. If you want to hear something else, this is not the conversation for you, but this is for you to just realize and get out there and make this thing happen for you, meaning your business enterprise, your business idea, birthing that idea, making that thing come to fruition, and also manifesting some things in your life that I know that you can manifest. And I don't know whether you guys, any of you, heard the video that I did the other day. I talked about some of the things that you can manifest, and what are some ways that you can manifest some things in your life, and what are some of the scriptures that is equating with the same thing as manifestation. I'm sorry. And it is, you can find them all throughout the Bible. And I think one of them, I I kind of, oh no, a few of them. And one of them I mentioned to you the other day. I think I mentioned to you Deuteronomy 8:18. It says that we have the ability to create wealth. So, and there's a few more, but I want to just say, let me just out of the sake of conversation, let me just run a scripture by you, and we can just kind of further talk about it, talk a little bit more about this as we talk about these some things in business that I think that in order for your assignment to be fulfilled, these are some things that you definitely need to know about. Okay. Okay. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Now, let's just talk about that briefly here. When the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. So we want to put ourselves in a position as being lenders, not borrowers, right? So in order to do that, you are going to have to, number one, you're going to have to be the one that's going to be a producer. Now, how do you produce anything? You can't produce anything by consuming everything. And I mean consuming meaning spending money and just not, only working a 9 to 5 or only working and not realizing that you can flip that coin or you can flip the strip with that and do something that's going to lead you into ownership. And this is why I love the gift that God has given me. And I know you listening to me have gifts of your own that maybe you have not cultivated yet, or you have not nurtured to the point, and you have not birthed, and you just don't realize that you have them. Whichever one of those apply to you, you may not be where you want to be because you're not doing the thing yet, right? So what I want you to know right about now is you have everything within you to do it. You have everything within you to make it happen. And so along the way here, being equipped and prepared to just live that your vision, that dream fully out, you are going to have to learn some different things. You're going to have to change some things, and especially when it comes down to ownership and owning a business. You guys, everybody, and I just say you guys, that's just a figure of speech. I'm trying to learn how to stop saying that. I just say that all the time. But anyway, learning a new way and learning a skill set and learning how to just be producers instead of consumers, you have to lay that plan out. And whether it's going to be, like I said, in real estate, stocks, you're going to partner, you're going to open up a business, you're going to partner with someone. However you're going to do it, you have to start owning. Ownership is coming to starting up an enterprise. Now, when you are thinking about this and you're out there, if let's say if you have a family that you want to get involved with the business idea that you came up with, if you are going to do that, if you're going to do that, this is what you're going to have to do. You need to sit you and your family down and y'all need to have a conversation and a talk. You first need to determine if y'all going to do it together, how you're going to pool your monies together, what's going to be who, even the one that, let's say if it's a couple who has a stronger credit and who has the stronger backing even financially or whatever. If any, I don't know how you're going to get your funding, whether you're going to do a loan, if you're not, do you have some money set aside, or you can kind of reach out to somebody, a friend, or y'all got somebody that you can borrow the money from or to get started. But before you do all of this asking others to help, you first need to count the cost. And the Bible says this, you got to count the cost before you even start going out here saying what you're going to do. You have to count the costs. Count the costs, meaning you got a plan exactly what I'm going to need, who's going to be, am I going to need a distributor, how this business model going to even, it's going to be laid out and it's going to be planned. It's not hard to do, but you may not know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, well, I am here to help you do it. And this is not a sales call, a sales pitch, but I'm telling you, I'm not talking to you because I want you. I'm just talking to you. I'm talking to you because I know this for to be a fact. Okay. I've had businesses myself. I've started businesses and I help my clients now. I have maybe about 7 or 8 that I've really, really worked with them one-on-one, hand to hand within the last few years, even after COVID, and help them to get. A lot of them when they do what I say do, they get the contracts and they do whatever. If I help them do the contract, that's just a total different conversation, or either get the business or either market for them. But that's a process and it's not overnight. Some people come to me and they want stuff done in 30 days. I can't turn water into wine. I'm not Jesus, okay? So I can't do that. So anyway, I can get you there at a pace that's going to sustain you there. So I'm not this abracadabra and this fast, fast talking, what snake snails sales, or what they call it, the snake salesman, snake oil salesman, and all that kind of stuff. No, I don't operate in business that way because a lot of times you have to put systems and you have to put things, proper things in place so where you can be successful. Like, if you need insurance or if you need certain things for as your business ideas, if you need to order the supplies, you need to, if you get a contract, you gotta get yourself in place with that. You gotta have all of that structure. You got to have it molded correctly in order to be able to make progress. Okay. So now, with that being said, let's get back a little bit to the family, what I was mentioning to you. With your family, if you're going to start a business with your family, all of you need to be sure outside of the plan, you need to be sure the weakness, the strength and the weakness of everybody, get it contractually written up, finding and sitting down and discussing the things that's going to kind of make it, make the business flow and how everything's going to be positioned. Is anybody going to work in the business? And let me tell you this, if you're going to work with family, treat it like a business. What do I mean by that? You need to treat like if you were going to hire someone, if some of the family members is going to be employees, take them through the whole process of being hired and employed with your family business. Okay. Make sure that things are done right. Handshakes are not null and void. I mean, that's not the way you do business that's going to be sustainable now. Okay. Don't do that. If that person want to be a contract in your business, make them and allow them to get their self structured and they can do contract with your business as a family member, doing it the correct way, making sure that they have their business structure set up, and then making sure that you have a paper trail and even a document that's going to show that way everything. Because I'm going to tell you, a mentor once told me, one thing about business, everybody's grinning and smiling and happy-go-lucky at the beginning of your connection or the beginning of your business partnership or whatever you want to call it. But along the line, when things start, when you get into the work and when you get behind the scenes doing the work and it's not so glamorous, it's not so sexy, then you may, not saying you will, you may run into a little problem. So have things structured correctly from the beginning so where you won't run into that. If you do, you can solve it peacefully. And there's no need for you to get mad with your family members and all this other crazy stuff. Just handle it right from the beginning so where everything can run smoothly. And that's with friends or whoever you're going into business with. And a lot of I'm thinking about it, and stop people telling everybody your vision. Stop telling everybody what you're doing. Don't do that. Keep your mouths closed. So everybody don't need to know every little detail of an aspect of what you're doing out here. Now, let's talk about another thing for is business and letting you know that you were built for this. Let's say if you want to do a business of your own, it's not involving family members and things like that, and you want to kind of progressively, go through your proper process, and you do understand that, okay, yeah, I know I got to get everything else behind the scenes together. I can't just throw myself out there, but you already know what's inside. You already know what God is speaking to you. You already know what your higher power is speaking to you. You already know these things, right? So you want to make sure that you connect with someone that can do nothing but bring positivity to that situation, or to help you birth that baby, or to help you birth that business. And if you do those things, continue and get a laser focus, and first of all do your personal development, however that look to you. You must do that too as well, and continue. Like, personal development can be time management, relieving stress. Maybe you need to see a counselor, maybe you need to see I don't know, maybe you need to kind of see what's going on with your whole financial situation before you embark out there. Don't be unrealistic to yourself. I run into people a lot of times that they want me to help them with their business. For one, they don't want to pay for the services to get me to help them to do what I do, because I know I'm good at what I do. They may not think it because they have never dealt with me. And then also, once they once they are sure of how, sure in that area of what they want to do, and start working towards it. Start peeling back the skin of the onion, or the peeling back the banana, just taking that skin, but pulling that skin off, and then learning what's inside of them, what they need to do to be able to build their business credit, get their personal credit together. These are some things, making sure that they are built for being an entrepreneur, because it's a different world. Like I told you, sometimes it's not sexy. A lot of times, I mean, I love what I do. I love what I do. And the reason why I keep interjecting myself here is because I want you to know that it's not easy. It's not easy jumping into, when I want to say jumping, changing from doing something as you're punching in a clock, or you used to getting the study flow of a paycheck in, and when you embarking on entrepreneurship, it's not the same. It's totally different. For as you what you have to be as a person, you have to change as a person, and these are some of the things that you have to change. You have to do something totally different. Okay, you have to get the mindset. And then also you have to make sure that you're surrounded by people that are encouraging. Any kind of negativity, it you're gonna have that in any walks of life, in anything you do. The most successful person in the world has a little ups, and they have a little up, have ups and downs sometimes, and they have trials and tribulations. I mean, that's a part of life. But if you continue to go down that path of being mindful of who you're around, and what's the company you keep, and how you plan out your day, how you structure your future, and how you sit there, and how you do the things that you do, so where you can be a better person for tomorrow, or be a better person next week, next month, and then this time next year you won't be in the same place that you are now. So there's a lot of things that you have to do along the way with that. Okay. Now, one another thing that I want to stress to you is knowing that when you got your structure together, let's say, for instance, you've already done those things that is going to help you get to where you need to be. Meaning, you've already done the work on you. You know your little flaws. You know what you can do. You know your skill set. You know that, oh, eventually I'm gonna need somebody to help me. You got to kind of get your ego out of the way along the way. With all of this, what I'm saying, you have to get all of that out of the way, and you got to let people help you. Okay, so you can't take your old mindset into a new situation. A lot of you that are listening to this, your new situation is not like your old, meaning your new situation is totally a life altering event, meaning TV has to be minimized. Places that you go, all these events that you go to, if you are serious, and then another thing, you got to learn how to spend some money in something, whether it's coaching, or you got to learn how to spend some money into the things that you want for your business, and stop thinking that everyone is out to get what you have. Meaning, stop hanging around those people that have that mindset. And if they are not elevating themselves, what in the world can they tell you about where you going? So you got to learn who you're taking advice from. Somebody that is not doing what you're working on doing, or have never done it, they can't. Mainly some people we hang around, if they haven't thought about doing entrepreneurship, how in the world can they see you getting there? Because they sitting there in their pity party, or they sitting down trying to dictate your world for you, and they are not progressing. Okay, or they're not even in the mindset of making their lives totally different. So that's all I'm saying to you. Okay, now, next thing, let's get into having your business up and running and going. Now, once you have it up and running and going, it is not going to be a piece of cake. Meaning, you're going to have systems. You're going to have to connect with people that you with vendors, you're gonna have to get on the phone and talk to people. You're going to have to market your business. You got to have a personality of someone that is serious about your next level. You can't have this nasty attitude in trying to work with people in business. You definitely have to set boundaries. Yes, you do. I'm not saying that you got to just change your personality and change and just be this goody two shoes kind of person and nobody, and everybody can run over you. Nobody is going to respect you. I'm not saying that. Yes, you have to give. You have to you have to make, yeah, I would say make people, but you have to set your boundaries so folks can understand where you're coming from and you don't have to second guess yourself and you don't have to question yourself. Yeah, I'm talking from experience. I had to do that too in business, and along the way, you're going to learn as you go. You're going to learn some things. Okay, you need to take some mental notes and even some physical notes, meaning pen to paper. You're going to have to say, okay, well, this situation was this scenario was this. Okay, I won't do this next time. I won't allow this person to do this to me next time. Or, oh, I'm not going to do this next time. No, I'm going to do it this way. And just please, whatever you do, take it, get you a little journal, really have a daily journal of what's going on in your business and how you're progressing and everything that you're doing so where you can get your business on the fast track to success. And the fast track is at the beginning, it's going to be slow because you got a lot to do. You got a lot of moving parts. You got a lot of things to connect together. You got a lot of things to make them connect and all that kind of thing, all those things and all that. So after you do that, then when you get that momentum going, then then you're going to be going up to another level as your bottom surface, as the surface here is, you got that on lock. Then you new levels, each level requires a different kind of sacrifice, a different kind of person. You need to grow every step of the way because you're going to be meeting new people and you're going to be around people in your business that you haven't, maybe a conversated with or approached before, or they haven't, you guys haven't met in that capacity, whereas y'all don't know how each other work ethic is and however you can work together. You just don't know. I'm talking about from vendors, suppliers, from customers, or whatever it is. You have to know that your next level is not going to be the same as the previous or the one before. So that is something else that you need to do. So, but you were built for this. You were built to be all that you were created to be. And don't be afraid to step out there and do it. Don't be afraid to make it happen. Just don't be afraid. And I'm saying this out of sincerity because I think sometimes that we just don't, let me say this. Some of you have excellent work history. You have excellent credit. You have excellent, so you have good, excellent, whatever. You have average that you can get out here and do some of the things that you feel afraid of doing. And when I say your credit, sometimes a lot of people, I can see them, and some of them may have the extra money to start a business, but because you're so afraid to let go of your funds properly to do something else. I know you got to be very cautious. You got to think things out and you got to write your plan and you got to do all of that. Oh, absolutely. But some of you can waste money on certain things that's not going to give you a return on your investment. And the only thing it'll give you is something that's lowering, is not valuable, it's not going up in value, and it's not an asset. It's a liability in the long run of things. I mean, you may be looking good in it and buying your name brands and buying cars that you can't do the upkeep on, living in houses that you're trying to impress somebody else, and even all that kind of thing. So when I get my house, guess what? I'm gonna be living in it totally. That beautiful home that I showed y'all on that video. I just went and looked at a couple more other ones today before I came home from church. So anyway, that's going to be an asset for me. That's my point. So, we got to determine and we got to know what do we want? What do we want for our lives? And especially if it's I'm talking to my entrepreneurs and my business owners and those that want to live their dream when it comes down to creating something and, nurturing it and making it your own. And, God is giving you this thing to just help these people, even if it's nonprofit, whatever it is. I'm talking to you. That's who I'm talking to. Now, for those that just don't say, hey, a business ain't for me, I ain't thinking about that. I am not talking to you. Share this video with somebody that want these things that we're speaking on here. So if it's you, I'm glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Okay. So um I think that's just kind of like all I wanted to just kind of cover with you, and just like I said, just your assignment from God is it's a bad thing in a good way. Now it's bad. It's like that, like I just say, I'm bad. No, it's a bad thing. You got it going on thing. That's what I'm talking about. It's good. It is absolutely good to have something that you can look forward to, and you can wake up every day and say, man, I'm going to accomplish this goal. I'm going to accomplish this. It's a good day, and it's a good way to wake up every day and feel, even though when you go through obstacles and situations, I go through all the time, but I do know the goal. Oh, I can see down the road. And if you can see down the road, oh hey, you a bad mama jam. Cause some people can't. They just look like they mad. You ever been around people like that? They just look like they just miserable as they can be. I am so glad that that's not me. And I know you probably saying the same thing. So if you are that person, get out of that rut. Get out. If you can get up, you can look up. Okay. No, I think they said it. No, Les Brown said this. I'm quoting him. If you can look up, you can get up. That's it. Let me change that. If you can look up, you can get up. Okay. Remember that. Quoting Les Brown. All righty. So anyway, this is all I want to share with you today on this Sunday afternoon. So I'm going to get in. I got to do some recording for a couple of classes that I am getting ready to post up. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and remember what I said about you and your next level and all the gifting that you have. There's no need for you not to know that you were built for this. You were made to make a difference in this world. And the sooner you see it and the sooner you take action in getting the work done, the sooner your family to generations to come will be blessed. Yes, they will be blessed beyond measures. Because I'm going to tell y'all one thing about time, we can't get it back. So if you wasting time, I welcome you to stop wasting your time today and build that future in that life that you know you need to build and you know you need to be doing. And stop out here playing with people that ain't even worth your time to play with them, whether it's relationships, whether it's your friendships, whatever it is. Stop wasting time and get in. Just don't even listen to the chatter. I stopped that a long time ago. I don't care how you feel about me. I know what God says about me. I even say that to you. What does God say about you? Didn't he tell you you were wonderfully made? And above all that you have, he says he would give you grace when you didn't even deserve it. He said he would give you a hope and a future, right? It's up to you to believe him. He says no faith without works is dead. So if you got faith in what he has given you and he's shown you, get up and do something, because you're not dead. Okay. If you're listening to me, you're not dead. So get on up and make it happen. because your time is going to pass by whether you do it or not. And you don't want to live in regret. All right. See you on the next video. And thanks for listening. And I hope it helps. Okay. So I'm Biz Strategist Sandy. What I do is I help you make it happen with your business ideas, your entrepreneurship goals, and all of your business, everything business. I help you with it. Okay. All righty. Talk to you later. And if you need me, y'all know where to find me. Click the link, reach out to me, text me, however. Just remember what I said. Just make it happen, okay? Stop sitting down and waiting. Just stop it. Stop wasting time. Okay? Just do what you were called to do. Alrighty. And you'll be glad you did. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care.